What's up, guys? Welcome back to Brandi's 2 Cents. As you know, my name is Brandi, and before we go any further, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, if you like what you see, make sure you share this video so that other people can get other content like this. As you see, my big brother is back. We've got lots of content coming your way. But today we're going to talk about financial freedom and those risks and sacrifices that are needed in order to get to that goal. So I'm excited. But I think I want to jump right into what do you call financial freedom? Like if you were to say, how does Gabriel define financial freedom? What would your answer be?
That's a great question. So all over the internet, you see different definitions of financial freedom. Like, I don't have any debt, or all my bills are paid. Some people say financial freedom is I can spend whatever I want, wherever I want.
Right.
I don't care about the debt. I'm just free to swipe, free to whatever.
Don't be free for long.
Right. That APR will catch up to you fast. But to me, financial freedom is where you've made the decision, and you can still be in the process of being financially free, but still be in that freedom stage where you made the decision where money isn't going to determine my every move, right? Mm-hmm. You're at the point where you can leave a job and you'll be okay to do what you want to do, to pursue the opportunities that you want in life. So it's not necessarily about, did I reach this number, in my opinion. I've read a lot of books that say that. But it's, am I comfortable in my own skin, in my own finances, to be able to do the things that I want to do in life, right?
Right.
So it's not being held down by the debt, not being held down by what they call the rat race, where you're just going to work, and you're not getting anything from it. But you're truly at a point now where finances don't necessarily drive your every decision making and every decision that you make, but more so it is now kind of it is a point of joy and happiness and freedom to be able to say, hey, I want to do what I want to do, and I can do that now.
Right. That's good. I want to get into the sacrifices that people have to take, in order to reach this goal, because you can't say I want financial freedom but you're living recklessly or you're spending recklessly, right? So I guess for you and Shanice, what does that look like?
Oh yeah, it looks like me driving a 2002 Toyota Camry to this day. TT until I reach my goal. So people that know me know that 2 years ago at the start of the pandemic, it's crazy, it's been 2 years. I got rid of our Jeep, 2016 Jeep Cherokee to get a 2002 Toyota Camry. And that decision was made because I wanted to take those resources and pay off tons of debt, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a sacrifice of saying, what do I have now? What can I give up now for enjoyment later? Right. So for transparency's sake, I get more enjoyment driving that car, as Brandi said, it has a name around the community, TT, than I did driving my Jeep, because it's paid off and it represents freedom for me in other spaces.
Right.
So I think the sacrifices that I've made and Shanice has made with me is sometimes we look at things and we can afford it, right? Like right now, we can afford to buy a home, but we're making the sacrifice right now to take care of all remaining debt and hit our savings goals and our investment goals before we do that. So I think it's just about being patient. So the sacrifice may look different to some, and some people get on here and say don't get your hair cut, don't get your hair done, eat rice and beans. No shot to Dave Ramsey, but I'm not eating rice and beans because I care about my health, right? But the sacrifices look different depending on where you are.
Yeah.
But just ask yourself, what is 1 or 2 sacrifices that I can make in the next month or two to get me closer to feeling free financially?
Right. When you started making these sacrifices, were there times where you felt like, okay, I don't know if I can do this, I gotta pivot? Or kind of I guess, what did the whole, accountability look like? Where you just kind of that strong, it's cool, I ain't buying no shoes, no clothes, it's easy for me to sell a Jeep. What was that mental process like for you?
Heck no, it was hard. It's hard every day. Every day I wake up, and it's harder now that we're starting to reach some of our goals. It's harder now to make that sacrifice than it was. Back in the day, there was really no option. It wasn't really a sacrifice. It was a steady state of we can't necessarily afford this, we can't get that. But now every day we wake up, it's hard to make that sacrifice. But I remind myself of, if I give this up, what does that yield? It's similar to any type of investment that you have, right? You can buy into a stock, or you can buy a home, or what have you,
right?
And value goes down. Do you immediately pivot, sell everything to start all over? No, you wouldn't do that, because it's an investment. So the same investment I have in my portfolio, I have in my personal life, to make sure that everything's aligned with my vision and goals. So Shanice and I, in the next 5-10 years, can truly retire and be part of that fire community.
No, that's real. I asked that question because, for me, right, I'll definitely say, I thought, yeah, when I got into IT, my life would change. If I made more money, then like, I'll have less problems, even though people say more money, more problems. For me, I felt like I was having the issues I was having because I didn't have any money. So, I got into IT, I got in 6 figures, and I was still blowing through my checks. And it was because I felt like I was trying to catch up for things. And so like I watched this video one time actually on YouTube, and it was talking about like different strategies and to kind of get to that financial freedom, and kind of like how to use your own personality in order to save money. So for me, I'm very competitive. Everybody knows I love basketball, I love sports, and so
she a beast too.
I mean, what can I say? But no, but I think like with that in mind though, one of the things that I started doing was I started making it like a competition for myself. So for me, I mean, there are weeks I fall short, so I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I got it all figured out. But like for instance, like I've turned eating out into a reward on the weekends. So like throughout the week, I'd be like, listen, I'm not eating out. I mean, like if I didn't plan ahead and get groceries, then I guess I'm gonna have a sandwich for dinner. And people laugh at me, but ultimately, it's like teaching myself that like this is a rule that I don't want to break. And then as a result, I have the reward of eating out on the weekends has definitely helped me, like as far as like training myself, like to just like make it into a habit to sacrifice. And then on the tail end, like here's your reward, because again, like I would say I'm about 75% team Dave Ramsey, and it's because that whole rice and beans part for me. If I don't see any type of reward, like of any sort, and I'm eating rice and beans for 10 years, I'll probably quit. And so that's kind of like for me, like what I've done to kind of, like move the ball forward. And as a result, like I would say I'm in a pretty financially free place. Of course, I want to get to where I quit my job. But just like those things that seem small to people have definitely helped me.
No, that's so good. I mean, what Brandi just said is key. Like there should be a reward in the process.
Right.
So there's times where, Shanice and I will just say, okay, we're going out to eat and we're going to enjoy, right? Mm-hmm. We're going to enjoy this meal at this 5-star restaurant, right? Or what have you. But behind the scenes, there's plenty of times where like we're not eating rice and beans. But
that spaghetti.
Yeah, we got that spaghetti with that impossible meat, to stick to our diet. But like we had that spaghetti for like 3 days, right? So it's the behind the scenes. So I would say anybody that's watching, honestly, like there's a sacrifice that you'll never see on the other side of a vision, right? There's a sacrifice that you have to be able to really say, okay, I am willing to give this up, and it's never ending. I heard somebody say this one time. It's like you can have 6 figures, like we have a 6-figure salary here, right? But like if you got a 7-figure budget, it doesn't matter.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like so, the amount of money you make doesn't really matter as long as you have your basic needs. There's a study that says, and I have to get the source, but like over $70,000, happiness doesn't necessarily change, right? So once you make 70, you're never going to be any more happy based on the amount of money you make, but you will be happy with the sacrifices that you made and the fruits of that. So I would just encourage everybody just to take one small step to sacrifice something and then see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, one small step. Like I feel like everybody has room for improvement, but it's not too late to start. Like don't get so overwhelmed with. I mean, I've been trying all these years. I mean, at the end of the day, like that old phrase is like, I mean, don't keep doing the same things, expecting different results. Like we can definitely like try new things. Like just pick something that you feel like you can sacrifice with, and like you'll be surprised. I think for me, once I started doing that challenge at the end of the week, and I started seeing, like I got an extra $500, I got an extra $100. I mean, not say $500, extra $100, and then I got to $150, I to $200, and instead of me at the end of the month saying, man, I saved $500 and going to buy clothes and shoes, like instead I would take maybe $100 out of that $500, and have a reward. But that $400 is going to debt. It's going to save it. It's going to something that's going to ultimately like get you one step closer to financial freedom.
Yeah, that's really good.
So I think ultimately, if there's one thing that you guys could take from this video, it would be don't be discouraged by the process, but be encouraged by the journey. I think, oftentimes like financial freedom seems so big, but it's those 1% improvements that will really get you to the finish line. As always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos with me and Gabe, your financial friend.